We're in the shop today. Can you hear me well? And you can see my little truck back there, and we're going to talk about that today. But I'm not sure. Is this microphone working? Is this microphone working? Fern's song. Can you tell me? Can you tell me if the song is working? Yes. Okay. Thanks. Yes. So we're in the shop today. I'm just gonna wait a little and say hi to everybody with my little coffee this morning. Yeah, you can see my van back there. I'm gonna bring the phone in and I'm gonna show you all the details because right now we're in the middle of the build and there's a lot going on actually. As you can see, the cabinetry is going well. The finish as well is on the go, and you can see that it's not finished though because it's all not together. so, so it's still going good because there's something very hi creative diva. I can talk to you guys now. You can literally ask me questions as we go. Hi from London. Hi Carol, how are you? Yeah, I'm feeling better. Someone's saying, hope you're feeling better. I had a sinusitis, so it's for 5 or 6 weeks I was feeling sick, but now it's doing good. Oana Grigori, greetings from Romania. What time is it in Romania right now? Like 3, 4? 3 or 4 in the afternoon? How's van life in Romania, actually? Do you have a lot of those small vehicles in Europe? I have the feeling that you have more small vehicles than us in the United States. The Netherlands, 15:05, it's 4 o'clock in Romania. It's 9 o'clock in the morning here. We're in Eastern Canada. It's pretty nice weather too. It's very warm in August here. That's why I'm keeping the door closed because it can be scorching hot if we don't pay attention. So Oana from Romania says that is not as well developed. You mean van life in general? You can't drive around in your cars and stuff like that? Or I guess it's just not as popular as in the United States and Canada. So that's, so we have Netherlands, we have Romania, we have Ontario, we probably have Quebec somewhere in there. And today we're gonna go around my little van. I'm gonna show you stuff and you can ask some questions, which is nice because we're already at 20 people live, so we can literally have a conversation if you want. Oh, okay, so the community in Romania is not as developed. Yeah, I can understand. I would say that here, it's too developed. Malaysia, Fern, you're from Malaysia? A lot of places to roam in Romania. Yeah, that's what I heard. Well, there were a lot of places to roam here too before everybody started roaming, and now they're putting a lot of regulations because of that. So that's unfortunate. But you can start roaming anyway. You don't see a lot of campers in the UK. Actually, a lot of parts from this van are from the UK. Well, I say a lot of parts. Some big parts, like all the fabric, is from the UK because you guys have a lot of suppliers that we don't. Hi, from Montreal. Yeah, 45 minutes away from here. Nice to see you guys this morning. Just gonna wait a little. This morning we're gonna go through the advancement in the Honda Acti that we've been developing, my father and I, in the last few weeks. The reason why you see more work vans, oh yeah, okay. Because they sleep in their vans, or they just work with their vans? Or there's just vans for people that work in general? Yeah, I thought of bringing one of the vans in Europe in the upcoming years because for political reasons, I don't know if we are going back to the United States anytime soon. Just, you know, for a, just for the sake, how do you leave the doors open without it affecting the battery? You mean the doors of that van? It's because it's a very basic system. Nothing works unless the key is fully turned on. And another question here is, what are you actually going to do with this van? This is, it's a daily roamer, so it's just, you know, for traveling around and having fun and visiting local stuff. So basically that's what's gonna be for, but I'm probably gonna travel mid distances with it. So all the way up to Montreal could be fun, Quebec. I'm in the eastern townships right now. You have some places that you can visit that are very nice with vans like this. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just another type of adventure. It's not that much, you know, luxury van life thing like my other van. This is more like camping, so I'm actually going to camp. You know, there's gonna be a full setup for backpacking in there with, today I'm gonna show you all my kit that I'll have in the van, and it looks more like a little backpacking kit than a little van life kit. So I'm gonna show you that today. So what am I gonna do with this van? First question that I got, I'm going to do smaller trips and more camping trips. And it's gonna be my daily driver because driving around with a 23 feet long van is okay, but you know, it's sometimes a bit hectic, especially in Montreal or in cities where you need to park 3 or 4 times a day and figure out all your parking lots. So there you go. So let's start. Welcome everyone. I'm happy to do this live because there's a bit of a phenomenon in Quebec in August and July. People go on vacation all at the same time. So that means it's a good thing because you can literally go on vacation and no one's gonna work, especially in the construction industries. So everybody's leaving at the same time to work. However, this is kind of it's a small build, so it's a small construction. Thanks, Kat. It's so small, hope it doesn't get stolen. You mean the van? The whole van gets stolen? People just can leave with my van. I'm like, well, where is it? So there's something fun in Quebec. It's called the construction vacation. Everybody leaves at the same time. What happens when you build a van is that when you rely on a supply chain that's part of the construction world, or when you rely on, you know, suppliers, out of the sudden, in July, no one answers anymore. So you have the end of July and the beginning of August where everybody is off at the same time. And those are some of the guys that are working or that are supplying stuff for this van. So right now we're waiting for mattresses. We're also waiting for you know, all the garage stuff for the tires, suspension, etc. But all the delays are pushed to the 16th of August. And right now, I don't know, we're the 9th? I don't know. Anyways, we have to wait a few days before we can start working on this again. Of course, we could keep pushing, but there's no point in rushing if we can't finish the van anyway. So we have family plans. I'm gonna go on some kind of vacation starting tomorrow night. And we're gonna come back and finish this in a week or two. So this is why I'm doing a live today. I'm just showing you around live without any edits, because as some of you that follow the channel, there's a lot of editing going on in my videos. And let me know if you if you would prefer simpler videos. I could do that as well. But yeah, so this is the Honda Acti right there that you can see. Yes, the cat, it could get stolen because you can literally push it. You can push it. I'm gonna show you how you push it. Actually, we're gonna start going around the van itself. with my little coffee. Boop, boop, boop. Is people having coffee right now, even in Europe in the afternoon? Are you drinking coffee? Okay, so let's hop in the front. I'm 6 feet tall, 6'1". It's a bit. You're actually on a clamp right now, so you're literally visiting the van with me, and I'm gonna free my arms so you can see what's going on behind me. So this is what it looks like when you're actually in the cockpit of a Honda Acti. So it's a 1991 Honda Acti. It's called a Acti van or a K van. It's an HH4. So if some of you are looking for vans, this is the precise thing you can type in. So Honda Acti van HH4. And it's around 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, and it's very, very small. But it's roomy. Look, I'm not even close to touching the ceiling with my head. Other K-trucks in the same category would have a very tight fit. The reason why I chose the K van is because it's a roomy van. I mean, I feel like I'm in a big driving vehicle. So first question from Kat, why did I decide to buy one of those? I was visiting the Philippines in 2019, and I saw all those trucks, and I was like, these can't be legal. Sorry, I'm reaching for my coffee. These trucks can be legal, and back in the days, it was, we had K trucks in Canada, but there was a rule in Canada that you cannot import a K truck that is under 25 years of age. The reason why they do that is for, I guess, car industry regulations where they don't want new models coming in and competing against, the new models that we have in Canada. So they said you can import those and they have to be old. So at first I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, who cares? But then I realized after driving 23 feet long vans for 7 years now, I was like, it makes no sense to drive a vehicle that was made for long haul cargo jobs like a ProMaster or even a Sprinter every day. Sometimes I would just hop in, go put some gas, take a coffee, come back. It would be 3 kilometers. And a mechanic told me once, you can use your car like that if you want. However, they're not built for very short distances. They're not built for daily commutes. So I was like, okay, so maybe I should get a normal car, but I don't want to buy just a simple car where you don't do anything else except driving. So I was like, I'm gonna buy something as big as a car, but I'm gonna build something in it with my father. And from that point on, I was like, I don't want a normal car. I want, a van of some sort. There was the minivan. I'm not a big fan of the minivan because I don't necessarily like it. So I was like, I need something that looks like a minivan or that has the same kind of room, but that's cool. So that's why I bought a Japanese piece of art. So the K-trucks suddenly became very relevant for what I wanted to do every day. So this is going to be used for daily driving, daily commutes. It's built for my equipment to be sitting inside those cabinets too. There are technical drawers that's going to have. I'm going to go through this later on in the show, but there's going to be drawers for clothes, technical clothing, gear, camera gear, sleeping equipment, cooking equipment, and that's it. So my daily driver is going to be a full operational car. It makes no sense in my head to drive something that's not made for more than driving. So I need something that can be more useful. Is it gas or diesel? It is gas. I wanted something that was gas There's no real reason. I just heard something about diesel, and correct me if I'm wrong, people watching this, but it's the first. It's one of. I think it's my third or fourth live, and I haven't done this in years. So if I say something wrong, please correct me. This is gas, and I heard that diesel sometimes react with very cold temperatures, or gets denser with very cold temperatures. Problem with very cold temperatures is that we have very cold temperatures here, so I can't really have diesel that that would react that way. When you get license plates and insurance, how would that be classified? Good question, Creative Diva. The Quebec Auto associations that we have, the SAAQ here, is classifying this as a antique car. So they need an evaluation of what it's actually worth, and they are going to want insurance as soon as it gets out, like every other car. But they're literally just classifying this as a collection car or as an antique car, and they have no idea what it is. Like when I showed up with this, they were like, "So what's your VIN number?" I was like, "I don't remember it by heart, but it's 11E92." And they were like, "That's not a VIN." I was like, "Well, it's a Japanese VIN." So they had to look it up. It was not showing up. So they had no idea what it was. And but I have all the stickers from the SAAQ are there, and there are some how do you call this? We have all the vignette conformity vignettes, and I don't know what the word is. So there you go. Another question about the truck that I just received. What's the top speed? I think you're not gonna be impressed with that. With the tires and the setup that I have right now, the top speed is 85, 90. I can go 90 when it's not uphill. I can go 90 when the street is flat, but the second that you have elevation, well, you drop down to 70, 65, 60. It's a small engine. I mean, it's a 3 cylinders. I think it has 32 horsepower, so it's a very small. It's a very small engine. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's more of a fun truck than an actually effective truck to travel. So so the top speed is 85. So back to the previous question. The rules and regulations, depending on where you are, will change. In Quebec, for some very weird reason, this is totally legal. Legal, not illegal. If you go to New Brunswick, or if you go to some of the states you have down there, some states do not accept K-trucks on the highways just because they're not fast enough or they're not secure enough. So there you go. However, I learned somewhere that when you drive those and your license plates are from Quebec, for example, I read somewhere that the states where they are banned have to accept the previous or the owner's license plate system rules and regulation, because they have to let us through. So that might be a workaround for Quebecers wanting to travel with this, because somewhere in a Reddit blog or in a Reddit post, someone said if it's plated in Quebec or if it's plated in British Columbia, they can't tow you, or they can't tell you to go around any states or territories down there. So that's interesting. I didn't know about that rule. I'm gonna have to read about it, but yeah, it's interesting. So so that's the interior. I'm gonna show you a little bit more what the dash looks like, because it looks like a toy. Some of you car people are gonna find this interesting. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Look at that. Look at that. So this is the dash. This is what it looks like when you drive a K truck. Obviously, you don't have tuck tape and the sunscreens here, but this is what it looks like. You have a very basic 1991 radio. So this is, whoa, you know, huh? There you go. Boom, boom. Ontario allows K-truck at least 15 years old. There you go. 85 stop speed. Thanks, Dad. You're dreaming. It's like saying my top speed in Mac. It's 85. I tried it. So this is the basic dash that you would have around for driving. This is a very, yeah, I see reliability with this. It's reliable, like it's unbreakable. This is my favorite part. It's a very small glove compartment. This is the under glove compartment. This is a new radio. The original radio is cuter and a bit more analog. So this is the previous owner did this. This is a 3D printed, oh, I forgot about that. It's a 3D printed cup holder because one of the biggest critics that this truck had is there's no cup holders. But at some point I'm like, guys, just figure it out. What you need to know with this steering is that it has no, how do you call that in English? It has no power steering. It's not a power steering, it's just a steering. And you have to pull on it very hard if you want to turn, but it works. It's a 5-speed manual drive and it's left-hand side. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rear like this. And the most difficult thing is to actually clutch or to actually switch your gears with your left hand. This is, it's very hard on your mind when you start driving this because out of a sudden, your right hand is gonna want to shift, so you're gonna hit your door like this. And when you finally get a hold of the driving, you're gonna start flashing with your wipers. So yeah, it's there you go. Someone just said this van is light, so it's fairly easy to steer. It is easy to steer, but when you're at low speed, you kind of have to push on it quite a lot, like right now. See, this is how it's usually handled, even when the car is running. So there you go. What else in the cockpit? The passenger side, which would be on the driver's side in North America, was removed here because we needed to work on the van from the front. So there's another seat like this right there. And what I'm actually going to do here is the working station. At first, I was trying to figure out a way to work in the back, but I was like, no. This is so roomy. This is so roomy. And you can literally do a laptop holder with this that my working station is going to be in the front. It's like driving a car with power steering that has no power steering fluid. Yeah, exactly. It's like having a dried power steering, but this is the way it works. So here, we're going to have the huge space underneath the passenger seat bladder style water tank. Yeah, I could put a water tank here, but you know, a flexible bladder style. Yeah, a bladder style flexible water tank right there could work. I'm going to talk about weight limitations in a second, but this is what the cockpit looks like when you have a whole view of it. Now, some people might ask, what the hell's going on with your doors? When I first got in the van, the doors had this weird 1990s smell, you know, burnt plastic and oil. So we kind of remade the doors. So I'm going to show you how we remade the doors. So the first doors that we had, it was old plastic, and now I just remade the whole thing with my father here. So I had to take it off. But when I took the doors off, this whole area here was very, very dirty. This was not cleaned since the van left Tokyo. So I was like, we have to redo the doors. So we Googled how to redo doors for a K-truck, and it's a basic vapor barrier system. So this is exactly what you see here. I literally copy pasted the the system that was there before with butyl tape. Butyl tape. So this is the front. So max speed, I'm going to go over all your questions again for those of you who just joined. Max speed, my father says it's much slower than 85, 90, but I drove 85, 90 with it. So let's say 80. I'm pretty sure the manual says it's higher than that, but I don't think I would push a van like this up to 90 and plus. So this is no power steering. It's a right-hand side, 5-speed manual, 4-wheel drive, locked. So this is like a little ATV or a little tank. And there you go. The doors are like that because I'm making them brand new, and the tires are going to be upgraded to a new style. You have the same clutch, gas, and brake system as in any other car that you would have. However, you have to learn how to use your left hand when you drive instead of your right hand. So you have to relearn how to use your signaling and your wipers. On the other side, I'm going to go around. Sneak peek from the back. On the other side here, same kind of thing. You have a very small glove box. You have a passenger side that looks like this that could have, you know, a small water tank or any kind of storage here, but it would be, I don't know, it would be maybe 3 or 4 inch thick. And that's it. I'm going to redo all the mats with one of my, oh yeah, that's cool. And it's very roomy. So now let's start talking about the convert. Are you going to put the orange stripes like on the big van? Yes, the van's not going to be white very long. It's going to be orange and blue, but I'm going to show you this in September. Now, I'm going to start talking about the mods that we did for the interior, and there's going to be another live for the mods that we're going to do for the exterior. But let's start with the interior mods. So far, so good. I feel like I'm teaching in university. Do you have questions, guys? Will you have questions before I start talking about the mods? You have 10 seconds to ask them. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump in and start talking about one of my favorite mods that's one of the most subtle, and it's the ceiling. The original ceiling seemed nothing like this. It was old gray plastic, dried up and smelly. So what we did with my father is we just literally bought some 4-way stretch. Power upgrade ever came to mind? Yeah, maybe, but not really. No, we're gonna keep the power as is. So this is the new ceiling. And the old ceiling has this kind of vibe, you know? Old plastic schnitz. This is a new ceiling, a 4-way stretch that we ordered directly from London. And for some reason, the United States do not have this color, or I didn't find it. So this is UK ceiling right there. It looks very good, and it was applied with 77 spray glue or spray adhesive. So that's one of the first mods, and it looks very nice because it's the same kind of mods that we did here. So this was originally plastic, and it was worn and disgusting, so we just covered it with a 4-way stretch that's already wearing off, a 4-way stretch, and yeah, that was very good. So that's the first mods. Oh, the doors are also covered with this kind of thing. Oh yeah. The ceiling was cardboard, was not plastic. It was looking like this, but it was cardboard. When we took it out, I don't think we have it. I think we threw it away quite fast. So yeah, ceiling and this were covered and replaced, well, just covered actually, and looks pretty good, I think. And this here was same colors, the gray, cracked, and we figured out it was a covered cardboard that needed to be replaced or covered. Now here, Let's go from the back, actually. First module we can talk about is this one. It's on its side, and we call it the console. So usually you would, usually you would go like this. And this is where the water containers are going to be. I'm going to show you the water containers. Water containers and batteries are going to be those. So we're going to go with a Bluetti system here. And we built the whole module based on those dimensions. So we have a Bluetti system like this and a Dometic water system like that. And all those pockets that you see over there were built around those things. So the size of this is the exact size of that. It's just, it's on its side. And you have a little night shelf here. You have the battery containers here. There's going to be 2 batteries, the water containers here, and this is a generic storage for when we're camping or throwing stuff in. So this would be the first piece of furniture that we worked on. Very functional piece of furniture, honestly. It's nice. It's going to be the technical side of the whole thing. Now, let's jump into the kitchen. This is the kitchen module. I wanted something that was easy to use, lightweight, that could cook and store my kitchenware. So it's a very nice piece of hardware here. Boom. It is a GSI Pinnacle 4, I think. Pinnacle Pro 4. It's probably the smallest. Oh, the ceiling lighting is ready for, oh, okay. I like that my father is coaching me from, look at that. I'm gonna go to the lighting later. So this is the cooking stuff. So looks simple, and we wanted it simple because, you know, you can have those very fancy drawers with all those doors and etc. The thing is, this is not a permanent setup. It's a drop-in, you know, it's a modular setup. So all those boxes that you see can literally be taken out in 5 minutes. It's a system of locks or screws like this that are holding everything together. And the reason why we had to do this is because the engine bay is right there. The engine bay is right in the middle there. So that was the first thing. Actually, I should talk about that before talking about the cabinets that you see there. The engine bay of the Acti is right there, okay? So when you go to a garage, the mechanics are gonna be like, wait, we don't have to go underneath. Just open the doors, we're gonna pop this off, and there's literally a door right there, and the whole engine shows up. So at first I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter, it's great. But then my father and I started drawing, and we were like, we can't build on the floor. We're going to have to leave the floor open or accessible. So this is what we did, and this is why everything is modular. Now I just got a question from someone, I didn't have time to read the name. How often is this modularity going to be useful? I don't know yet. I haven't used the van. But just for basic, you know, use. I don't know how many times we're going to have to access the engine. The only thing I know is it was out of the question to block the engine bay permanently, because the mechanics would have been like, well, we don't know the car and you're not giving easy access to the engine bay, so we're not going to work on it. So we put all the odds in our favors just to be able to maintain the car properly, and the engine bay is accessible right there. So if you buy a Honda Acti van or truck, just note that you have to access the engine from inside or from the truck bed, so you can't build on it. So this is why you have a modular system right here. So what happens about adding oil and fluids? There's some of the fluids that happen over there, but there's some of the fluids that happen over here. So all the other All the other doors are accessible for fluids. I think there's another fluid, this is probably the cutest thing. There's another fluid bay right there. So this is basic, but the engine is totally inaccessible if the whole kit is in. So there you go. So this is why we have a modular kit, and back to the kitchen. So you have a very simple cooking station here. You have a cooktop right there that my father made, and not a cooktop, a cutting board, which is a custom-made size for all the storage here. And the storage will host all the cookware that was used for measuring those dimensions. So you have all the pots, pans, utensils are going to be in there, and you have all the propane racks in the back where the propane cord is actually hanging right now. So this is the most basic kitchen unit you could have. Probably the most lightweight, because now you understand that since everything is modular, well, everything needs to be light. Otherwise, having a very heavy drawer in the back would probably pull too much on the front, and it would wear the cabinetry. So I'm gonna have to put you guys down a little. So this is probably the smallest cooktop that we could go for. It was recommended by our friends at Roadloft. This is what they have in their modular kits, and it's very light and very powerful. So you have this technical console there, where all the batteries are gonna be. You have the kitchen unit right there, and the rest is mainly storage. Let's start with the back here where the bed is, or where the bed starts. This is a scissor bed system. So it's gonna go like this. Depending on which module I'm gonna be putting in, I can sleep on half of it. So this could be the size of my bed. I think it's 24. It has to be 24, yeah. So this is 24 inch. It's just enough for me and my shoulders. This is 6 feet long, so this is just enough for my toes. And I could sleep on half of the kit if I want, have this open and have the technical console right there, and everything would be just comfortable. If I'm on the heavy side and I need to bring gear or camping gear or pillows or whatever, I'm jumping to the front. You've put the camera in mirror mode, it's flipped the gear shifter to the right side now. Oh. I don't know how to fix that, sorry. Let me try. This is the only thing I can do. So first thing would be the subfloor. There was something weird with the Acti, and it was that the bench, the original bench, was flipping down in the floor here. So at first we were like, what are we gonna do with the floor space that we have there, but that we can't build in or on? And the most easy answer was, well, we're gonna do drawers. So those are drawers. So we have subfloor drawers, very basic drawers. And those are gonna be used for packing cubes, clothes, gear, shoes, all the stuff that you use once a day, but that you can forget in your van. So there's gonna be this. There's another one on the other side. So it's literally a mirror, except in the back. So the van is like, same thing here. So a little drawer here. Actually, they're very big drawers, actually. Pretty much all of my clothes could fit in there. All my summer clothes could fit in there. So shoes, whatever, for the subfloor drawers system. It's actually a lot of storage, and it's fun. Now back here, you have the second story. First story, second story. This was built on the side, off of the size of my camera gear packs or my camera gear luggage or whatever, the big boxes that I carry around. So this profile right there is literally a Nano 935 profile. So I could slide my camera equipment right in twice because there's the same storage on the other side. And it fits perfectly. It doesn't move, it doesn't need straps, it doesn't need anything, it's just boom. The camera was the other way at the beginning. Well, yeah, I know, I don't know how to flip this. Sorry, I'm having camera problems. How do you do that? Hello? Is it working now? Is the camera back at normal? It's probably because I did this. But anyways, so those storage, so this is the technical storage for the gear, and this is gonna be the everyday storage. So it's much bigger, I'm gonna show you. Boop. This is the everyday storage, so you can imagine just throwing stuff in there. From the top, I'm gonna go on top just after this, and this is gonna be a more technical storage. Based off of my Nano 935 case. So this would be for camera gear or for things that needs to be sealed and protected. This is more like pillows, sleeping bags, whatever, stuff like that. And as you probably noticed, you can access all of this from the top. Those are doors that we custom fitted to the boxes. And the mattresses that are going on top are going to be cut to those doors. So when you're sleeping or when you're trying to move around, you can just flip the mattress with the door, go underneath, drop your stuff, and that's it. Same thing on the other side. Oh, look. Same kind of thing that we did here. So same kind of thing on the other side. Wooden door, super light, super sturdy. Same thing here. Big storage for everyday living. Technical storage for cases, cameras, drones, or whatever else that I can forget in the van when we're doing this. And this engine bay aisle, or let's call it the aisle, this can be open when the bed is closed. And we made an access door from inside, so I don't have to flip the cushions every time we're inside. So just imagine this being installed there. You can be right here and do your stuff, So that's cool. And then there's my father just told me that the battery system was working. So I'm going to show you one very nice piece of art. So this is the battery system that we're going to be using. It's a Bluetti AC60 600 watt with a support unit. The Bluetti B84. So those go one on top of each other, and those are hosted in those doors right there. Sorry, right there. And the most fancy thing about this van, I think this is gonna work, unless it's dead, is the ceiling. I'm not gonna do it now, but so you have DC and you have AC here. I'm gonna turn this off so I can show you. So the most fancy thing about this van is this ceiling. Now, round of applause for my father here. This was not hard, but it was technical. It was, we needed to align a few screws before we could figure it out. It's a flexwood ceiling, and it looks like one piece. It's two pieces, and it's totally curved to the curve of the truck, and it's entirely made of wood. It's very Japanese. It's a very Japanese approach to do that. But we wanted something simple, but Nice. So if you've seen Vanlife Saga in the past, you know we have those slatted ceilings. Those slatted ceilings are very nice, but they're also very heavy. It was out of the question to have something as heavy as this in this van. So we needed to go with as simple and as light as possible. So from the front, sorry, have my fingers in your face. So from the front, this is the ceiling. This is what the ceiling looks like. And the way it was built is, well, I don't know if we can, I think we can see it. The way it was built is, yeah, there we go. You have a support, let's call it a beam or a support piece of wood here. And we clamped the flex wood with the wood by pushing it behind and by aligning the whole piece with the other side here that needed to fit perfectly with the same kind of curve on both sides. At the beginning, it was like kind of easy because we had, you know, you can see where the screws are. You have wooden pieces to keep the ceiling together. But when we started installing the second piece, we noticed that the curves were, you know, varying. So we needed to brace the back of the shell to make sure it was like an even boat shell. So that's what we did right there. And it's pretty beautiful. But now we added a layer of complexity. So my father decided to add a groove to the support system because we could add some lights. Why? Because when I'm sitting on this with the cushions, my head touches the ceiling. So the lights would be behind my hair pretty much all the time. And if I had, you know, trail lamps or hiking lamps sticking out, I would probably have them in my face all the time. So what he did is he hid some LED strips in there in order to turn on the lights like this. So 100% of the time, you can see in the van when the lighting system is on. And the front cabinetry is also lit up. I'm not sure if they're plugged in, but let me press on everybody and I see. No, I don't think. So, yeah, puck lights are harsh in your face. So one thing that we thought at the beginning was to have puck lights right in the middle. The lighting from puck lights are kind of harsh, like you just said, but also they were behind my head, so all the time. So the lighting would have been a bit awkward to be dealing with. So that's why we went with side LED lighting for the overall idea here. So this is gonna feel a little, do you like this? It's gonna feel a little cozy, don't you think? There you go. It's based off of a switch system that is like this. It's, I don't know, my Boxer single color LED strip controller, 2.4 gigahertz, blah. This is a fancy remote. I'm gonna have a simpler remote because I only have one color. And yeah, it's dimmable. And it's good for filming. Yes, two vets in a van. So I think you can dim it like, I don't know how you dim it. No, like this. No? Wait, okay, so this is off, this is on. There we go, and it's dimmable. So you can literally do a little sexy time lighting right there. Look at that. So yeah, cozy stuff for a little Japanese truck, don't you think? So this is what it's gonna look like at night. I mean, cooking, blah, 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 my cushions, blah, my little console with my water system right there, little containers to cook, etc. And then I'm gonna have my batteries there to charge my phones or my laptop, and my little gear, my little clothing, and this is what it looks like from afar. I don't think I've shown you the truck from afar so far. So this is what it looks like when it's, Yeah. Bug screens are next to. That's a good. You could put a light on the tailgate aimed at cooking. Yeah. That's a good idea. I'm gonna buy a magnet light for hiking right above the cooking station that I can remove and place wherever I want. Good idea. So this is what the truck looks like on very small tires and without any wrap. There's gonna be gotta get some 20-inch wheels, Jason. I don't think I'm gonna push it above 14. Those are 12-inch. 14 inches for all-wheel drive truck would be, that's, yeah. It is, it's a cute truck. But yeah, it's cuter with, it's cuter with big wheels on. Did I select a name yet? No, I feel like I have to finish the interior and exterior before it has a personality. So I don't have a name yet, but I have a top 3. However, the orange color is actually giving me new ideas. So maybe we're gonna wait until we baptize this little K truck. So that was the raw tour. Okay, so if you have questions, you can fire them right now. So we were talking about wheels and suspension. It's rather easy to add suspension on these things. Let's talk about something a bit more technical here. Like I just said, 12-inch. This is a 4-season tire. It's great. But I'm gonna have to make the suspension a bit thicker and a bit higher, especially if those wheels are getting bigger. They sell kits now online, and it's very nice. Honestly, it's rather easy to install. I'm no mechanic, and my father is not interested in those kind of operations, so it's safer and easier for us to just bring it to a garage that's gonna uplift everything. So that was the first question. Second question: any solar? So far, no. I think there's an adapter for. Yeah, I've seen an adapter for the Bluetti here. If I wanted to plug a solar panel on top, it would probably have to be flexible because, as you can see, the roof is very curvy. So I could paste a solar panel, maybe. We haven't talked about that yet. Or a roof rack based on those gutter. The gutter roof rack would be an idea to have anything on top. I know they sell very nice roof racks. Maybe we could go on that. Yeah, Jason, that's what I'm talking about. A cargo cage would be an idea. I know they have nice cargo cages for those kind of racks, and they're built off of a gutter rack system by Thule or whatever. So that would be nice because the ceiling is totally useless right now, or the roof is totally useless right now. So that would be an idea to have a nice little cage on there. You know, they sell very small ones, so we can do that. Bigger tires, bigger suspension. Someone asked about the overall weight. The weight limitation here is actually on the truck. So we took a picture of this, and this means max payload 350 kilograms, so around 700 something pounds. You can't put more than, no, I won't need a ladder, Rubik. So I can jump on top if I want. So this has to be under 700 pounds, including gas, water, and passengers. So right now, I don't have the overall weight. I know my father paid attention to the weight because he cut out as many pieces of wood as he could. The overall idea, like he just texted in the chat, was to make it as light as possible. So that's why we're still hesitating for some components, including the racks. But so far, so good. Maybe we could weight a module together, or even wait. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna leave everything there, but maybe this kit would be around 100 and something pounds. I'm 175. So see, we're already at 300 and something. Now you have to add the water, the battery, the gas. We're already up to 455. So see how fast it goes. You really need to pay attention when you work on K-trucks because those are very small vehicles. And even with upgraded suspensions and tires, I don't think I would recommend putting too much stuff in them. So that's why we built an open concept like this. Like everything is lightweight because we could not afford full wood walls on this thing. So there you go. And we took out the back seat, which was, I don't know, a couple of pounds, but still, you have to calculate all the pounds that you can take off. So yeah, another view from the back if you want. This is what it looks like from the back with the lights on. You have a very premium van tour right there before it's actually done. I think I'm going to do another live when everything works perfectly and everything's great. So yeah. What do you think of the orange floor? When we painted the floor orange, I was like, holy shits. But I think it's cool. Yeah, it's great for a single person. I'm actually, yeah. Could always use airbags to assist the suspension to handle weight in the back. Yeah, there's many ways to make it stronger and sturdier. And yeah, you can add, like you just said, you can add those sumo whatever struts right there. And that would be nice. There's also going to be an upgrade on those, the back there, and there's going to be a lift. So the truck is going to be sturdy. I just don't want to push my luck anyways. So there we go. So a last round before I shut this thing off. 57 minutes. That was an hour-long episode, a special episode for Vanlife Cigar. But I'm glad you guys like it. So this is, how's Mama? My Mama or the Mama van? So there you go. Our objective was to build a very, oh, my mom, yeah, my mom. My mom's good, thanks. Yeah, there's gonna be a retro wrap that's gonna look something like this. So that's the Mama van. But there's gonna be a retro wrap on this one that looks kind of the same. So yeah, I'm gonna do some retro wraps and I'm gonna make you approve. So there you go. That was our little summer project out of Bromont, Canada. As you can see, it's going well. We're actually dealing with, yeah, people are gonna ask for kits. I think we're trying to see how we can make it easy for people to order kits like this or to ask us to do it because it's easier for us to make those, but it's still, you know, still need a few $1,000s to make it as nice as this. So it's nice. Yeah, is this van going to be for sale by Bruno? At some point in the future, yes, but I'm gonna have fun with it first. We tried to sell the vans that we make even for me because, you know, at some point we want to try new modules, new approaches, new techniques, new materials, new colors. So there's no point in keeping a van 10 years if our business model is to develop with my own vans. So this is another kind of van that we're trying out right now. And if people like it, well, we can start building those. It's rather easy to build. It just takes time and money, but it's cool. And yeah, what else? Retro wrap, yeah, we're gonna work on this. It's gonna be based off of the other module, other van. And yeah, it's a cool project. So if you have questions, leave it in the comments section. Although this is a live, I'm pretty sure it stays on YouTube and I can still interact with you guys in the future. So I hope you like the more raw, the more raw approach. No edits, no planning, just you guys and myself, 40 people online right now watching and asking questions as we go. So that's very cool. And as I said, it's the vacations right now in Quebec, so we're waiting on parts and pieces for this van to be done. I know my parents are working on other family projects next week, and I'm gonna be working on a commercial 18 hours away from here. So I'm leaving tomorrow, and we're gonna start over again in 2 weeks. So there you go. Let me know if you have questions in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you later. I like how this camera is shaking so much. I'll see you later on this channel. Thank you for watching the stats, and the viewership is very good right now. I don't know if it's the Japanese truck, or I don't know if it's, just videos coming back and being nice. So thanks for watching. It's very nice for my father and I to share all this with you guys, and I'm glad you like. So see you later. I don't even know how to turn this on. I'm just gonna let it run. Okay, bye. Just kidding. This is the awkward moment where the YouTuber has no idea what he's doing. I'm gonna have to Google how to turn off a live. How do you turn off a live? Close the app. Just